So I left home in Santa Fe, New Mexico to ride on the Backcountry Discovery route, but I feel like I should catch you guys up a little bit. The first night, I just had the goal to get out of town and get camped and survive the night. I did do that, but it was freezing, so I didn't really sleep. And so I woke up tired. God damn it. My plan was just to survive the second day. I did do that. And eventually I saw some incredible views, found a place to camp, and got a good night's sleep. I was having a good old time, but on the third and the fourth night, this is how my sleeping pad ended up. My air mattress sprung a leak, and I didn't really get any sleep on those nights either. But after some very solid silliness on the shore of this creek, I tried to fix it for the fifth night, but that fix didn't really hold, and so I knew I was going to have to work on some things this morning, but I did not know how crafty it was going to get. I hope you like what I've done, and if you do, I hope you hit that subscribe button and come along for the rest of it. Or even better, tell your friends, tell your niece and nephew, tell your sons and daughters. Well, it is 7:14. If you're gonna get woken up before you want to, that's not bad. I'm awake because my sleeping pad has been floppy most of the night. So I'm going to fill every one of these little corners on this sleeping pad with glue this morning. The problem is that I bought glue before I left, but I bought the glue that takes 8 to 12 hours to cure. So there it is. Every little dot on that thing has some glue on it. The problem being that there's a whole other side, and I used probably 3/4 of the glue. So, I'm gonna do some of them on the other side eventually. I'm going to have to be much more judicious with the glue. Well, I thought that my sleeping pad was my biggest problem today. But this rack is not supposed to move like this. There's one bolt that holds it down. There's 2 bolts that hold it on the side, but it can just pivot on those 2 bolts. I noticed it was a tiny bit loose, and I was waiting till I got to camp today to tighten it, and in between it sheared right off. So I've got some spare bolts, but the threaded bit of that bolt is sheared off in the nut, and that's the only place that I can see to fix it because it goes into the subframe underneath the fender there. So I'm gonna try turning the bag sideways and strapping it this way and this way. I'm not sure how that's gonna work. That's not good. So I'm gonna try both of them to the same point. I'm gonna take this strap and put it to that point. Okay, try number 2. All right, how about this? So that's bouncy. The difference being that it's not attached to the rack anymore, so it's not doing anything to the rack. It's still bouncy. I think I'm okay with that though. Okay, the autumnal crafting lessons are beginning here. This is ridiculous. All I'm trying to do is get it to not stick to itself. I have very little hope that any of this is going to work in the first place, so I don't really know why I'm wasting my time. I think I may be Andy Goldsworthy. The answer to your question is yes. I really did do this to every single one of these stupid little dots of glue. So my brain has a way of thinking of the least efficient possible ways of doing a thing, and then just sticking with that. Don't think of another way. Just keep doing that thing. I give this like a 40% chance of making any difference whatsoever, and like a 60% chance of of just being glued together into one roll when I open it this evening, but it's done nonetheless. And I did spend the morning here. It got really hot, hotter than expected. So that's the last thing. We can go riding now. 5 minutes to 1. And so finally today I get back on the road. Better late than never, I suppose. It's probably good because I felt a little weird after spending all morning in camp getting everything ready to go. Sadly, I do have to go backwards. I gotta go back to town because I forgot to get water when I went to the store yesterday. And I could probably use a little more food also. Snacks are never a bad thing. At least I get to go across this creek 5 more times. Water crossings are always fun. These ones in particular because they're some of my first. And when I finally do get to town, I'm gonna have a new friend.
And it's not some little sissy Christian thing. It's about standing up against the evildoers and knowing that your father's got your back.
You look the part. You got the beard.
Well, listen,
you got the beard like Moses, man.
Everybody's getting woke
And
up.
like most friends you have in life, he had something to teach me. I think it was mostly just to pack up a little quicker. I got my snacks and my water, but I was filling my bottles and packing my bags, and I just couldn't quite get away fast enough to escape this unsolicited sermon. And it wasn't done yet.
Oh, Adam and Eve, they covered their mouths up because they ate apples. No, they covered themselves with part. Still saying no, he said. By continuing the Messiah, come to people. Okay, and so he went in. Okay, and so he went in. Big old grasshoppers that was created. And it was against God's natural plan. That's why I say keep it natural. You know, if you can't keep your seed inside yourself, then get you a woman, you know.
What to say? Mercifully, my friend did eventually run out of things to teach me. I got my bags packed and I got back out on the road. What was left of it anyway. This road was slowly being left to die. I passed by that one logging truck and I can only assume that there were lots of others passing over this road on a pretty regular basis. Man, that was like a 50-minute ride out of the town that I forget the name of. And it was just an experience in what happens to an asphalt road in its throes of death. It's an asphalt road that maintenance had completely stopped on and logging trucks were still going up and down it. I saw one coming down it. It was just potholes and potholes and potholes, and the light is already kind of low, so with the shadows across the road, it was making it hard. I arrived at this place where there's an option called Corner Mountain, and I got to decide whether I'm going to do that. I had every intention of doing it, but I'm feeling kind of weird today. It was such a long day, rearranging the bike and trying to fix my sleeping pad. I don't know. I think I would rather be on actual gravel than disintegrating asphalt and gravel on top of asphalt. So I'm going to try it. I can always turn around if it's a bad idea. So far, so nothing. Just a gravel road so far. Ah, there's some big boulders up here. A new boulder. Man, I bet there are some guys that ride this really fast. This is very clearly first gear for me. Whew. Oh, the shade across the trail is kind of tricky. So far, I'm glad I did this. Pay no attention to the terror in his eyes. He's already told you that he's glad he did this. You see, it's already changed to quiet confidence. He knows what he's doing. He's gonna make it down this road, no problem. All he needs is a short rest for a little while. Surely this quiet confidence will be on full display through the swiftness with which he regains his graceful motion. Or not? Full of confidence or not, off I go bouncing my way up this mountain. And it feels good to be doing it. Ooh. Look over there, everybody. That was really satisfying. That was the hardest thing I've done so far on this bike. I think anywhere. Maybe not. I don't know, I have a problem with sand. I can't keep it upright in sand, so maybe that's more difficult. But this is kind of higher consequence, it seems like. I'm hanging off the back too much, I think, holding onto the bars. Should probably be more forward. Look at that though. God damn. I'd love to ask somebody how the next one compares to this one, Chloride Canyon, but I didn't ask anybody about this one. I asked two people about Chloride Canyon. One said it was fine, and one said
I wouldn't do it.
Whew. Second gear. Maybe not. I'm gonna go with not. I think I'm at the top. That was great. I don't know if there's a little overlook up here or not. There is. There we go. That was cool as hell. I'm not sure how long it took. 40 minutes or so. In first gear the entire way. I guess I'll try Chloride Canyon. I have no idea what it'll be like. But that was really fun. If you're wondering where I am standing on top of this corner mountain, it's a little harder option on the Backcountry Discovery route, and it's right there. The paved option has those 3 little X's by it. Okay, the real magic trick here is that I bought a box of crackers and I stuffed it in my saddlebag, and the corner did that, and these crackers are fully intact, every single one. And on that bombshell, it's time to get back on the bike and head down the mountain, see what the descent's like. Is it going to be as loose as the climb was? That seems like a scarier situation. Whew! Yes! Huh. Picking lines is an interesting thing when it's this loose. We are damn near there. I wonder how my sleeping pad is doing. What a ridiculous thing I did with that. Oh, I feel so much better than when I started riding today. I really did not know what was going on. And there it is, stop sign. What's it gonna be? It is gravel. That looks like pure gravel. And I am okay with that. We did it! I was trying to hold off on saying how glad I was to have taken that option until the end, just in case I crashed and died. But I am very glad that I did that. Hello, Shadow. I have always loved watching my shadow on the side of the road. I would hate to crash on the gravel road after the hard section. And I would not put it past me. We've only ridden 37 miles today. Jesus. What is this? That's a lake. Yeah, that's a lake. I thought it was a river. The biggest river in New Mexico. That is gorgeous. Is this the place that we live tonight? Where are we? It's so quiet here. The air's not moving at all. Hopefully those guys over there don't run their generator too much. Should we see what's up with the mystery of the sleeping pad? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god, what a beautiful art piece I made. Hey, it's not one piece, that's good. Can you guys see it? If you look so closely. Right there. It's doing loops. Right there. Is it gonna come again? That was a bat. He was just doing loops there for a long time. There he is again. Happy Halloween, I guess. Yoink. He's just doing loops around this tree. There must be some good bugs around here. Yoink. Alright. The glue seems to have cured, but since that was just on one side, I went through and did my newfound method, which is get your lips real wet and then hold it to your face at every one of those little seams. I held it to every single one, and then when I got to this little guy right here, literally the third to the last 1, 2, 3, I found a leak right there. So I have just enough of the stuff that cures in 30 minutes. I think, I hope. Put that on. I'll read a book for a half an hour and go to bed and pray.
I have air underneath my body. It was not perfect. I think I blew it up 4 times, but I started a stopwatch after blowing it up the first time, and it lasted 2.5 hours. And it wasn't completely flat. It just took, I think it took 2 breaths to fill back up. But that ridiculousness did something. It worked. Look at this thing. There's air in it. Oh, that's good. This is the first frost on the bike in the morning of the trip. Whew, I didn't realize it was that cold.
And so we continue. Hopefully for the last time this time. Oh shit. Glued shut. I'm sure you think it's ridiculous that I'm doing this. And it is. I should have bought a new one. I knew it had problems. I suspected this would happen. You won't believe your eyes. Smith and Smith have merchandise. What happened was I got on Facebook Marketplace and somebody had 3 sleeping pads that they were giving away, and so I took all 3. This one I thought I found the leaks and fixed them. Come to find out that every time I use it, it springs a new leak. And you'd think just go to a town on your way and get one, but this route is so desolate, it's crazy. We might do that soon, we haven't decided. As of now, I think I'll live with this one. You can tell by the gigantic tube of glue that I bought that I knew I had a problem when I left. But there's something inside of me that just likes fixing old things. I like old things, I like fixing things, and I like keeping things in service. I don't know what it is about me that makes me like to do that, but I'm like that with all things. I like finding things on the road and fixing them. I like old cars and old motorcycles. It's just nice to fix a thing. It makes it feel more part of you, more like it belongs to you, more like you've got something invested in it. I mean, it's a disposable sleeping pad. I'm not trying to make it romantic, but I do like that. And there's definitely not enough of it in the world today. We're getting close. This much left, from there to there. I think we definitely have enough glue from here to here. But, you know, this free sleeping pad is working out great. Pick up a sleeping pad by the side of the road and it doesn't cost you anything. Just a $10 bottle of glue, 2 or 3 hours of your time, 4 or 5 sleepless nights. I've done it. This is a great project. You should do it too. My confetti sleeping pad. Here it is. If it wasn't for these guys running their generator all night long, like literally till 4 in the morning, I think I would have slept. It took me a long time to start to get to sleep just because I was excited about this having worked. Judging by the fact that it was frosty when I got up today, I think I would have slept so much worse if that had worked. I think it would have been horrible if that had not worked. And people with their generators, I cannot believe that people will run their generators. They got back from hunting yesterday at like 9:30 or 10, I think, and immediately turned their generator on. I was like, I expected that, that's fine. I thought they'd run it for half an hour. They literally left it on until 4 in the morning. I think when they woke up, they left it on all night long. That is not acceptable in a place like this. That's just a ridiculous thing to do. All right, we finally escaped the clutches of the campsite. It's 1 o'clock again. Almost on the nose, but we filled up on water. Glued up our pad, which I have newfound confidence that it will work. So that is very exciting. I look forward to a cushy night of sleep, maybe near Elephant Butte Lake. Hopeful that I make it that far, we'll see. Late start. I do plan on doing Chloride Canyon, so who knows how long that'll take. Who knows at all. For now, we're just gonna follow this here map and see where it takes us.